You're listening to Kat Feeney on ABC Radio Brisbane and Queensland.
On February 24, Russia shocked the world when they started an invasion of Ukraine. In what Russia thought would be an easy campaign, the conflict has now stretched to its 49th day. Whole cities have been destroyed and deserted. According to international aid agencies, over 4 million Ukrainians have left the country, and for students in the country, their studies, their careers have been put on hold until they can find a way to continue safely. Now, an international college in Brisbane is helping Ukrainian students continue their dreams here in Queensland. One of those students is Jenny. And before the conflict, she was a student at the National University of Kharkiv. Jenny, hello. And I suppose, firstly, welcome to Brisbane.
Hello, nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
How have you found Brisbane? What are your first thoughts and impressions?
Well, it's much different from Kharkiv because there are so many green trees and plants here, and I really like it. This town is really impressive and enormously good.
What had you heard about Brisbane before you came here?
I remember having read that it is a huge city with a lot of opportunities and places of interest, and with enormous culture, interesting people, and a lot of else.
Was it a place that you'd planned to visit at any point in your life?
No, I have never had an idea to go to Australia because it was too far and too expensive. But now I have an opportunity and I'm really thankful for it.
Of course, the opportunity came about under the worst possible circumstances.
Yes.
How do you feel about what's happening at home right now?
I feel very terrible because this is an emotional damage for all of us, all the students, all the people who live there and who left the town and who stay there till nowadays. And I hope that it will end soon.
Can you just give us a sense of where you were when the invasion started, what you remember about what happened?
I was in Kharkiv and I did my practice because I am a student, and I didn't really understand what was happening. But then we were told that the war broke out and we were stunned, and we stayed there for 10 days and then we managed to escape.
Was it a shock when it happened?
Yes, it was. The huge and even more than huge.
And before it happened, what was sort of the general feeling? Was there much talk about Russia? Was it an issue that you and your friends would discuss? Was it something in your consciousness?
There were some rumors, but all of us thought that it was really exaggerated, and nobody could assume that it would happen, but it did, and now we are really shocked.
Yeah. And here you are on the other side of the world.
Yes, I am.
It must be very surreal and very complicated, very exciting on one hand, but so much pain on the other.
But I was helped a lot, and I would like to say thank you for many people. Firstly, I would like to thank the Sun Pacific College who provided me with the scholarship and with accommodation and all of that stuff. And but for them, I wouldn't be able to continue my education and wouldn't be able to go to Australia. And also, I would like to say thank you to the Australian government and the Prime Minister in particular, Scott Morrison, who provided a program which, according to which all the visas are issued very quickly. I got mine in 10 days, and it's I can't even imagine how much work was done to do it. And this is unbelievable, and it's very helpful. And I also wanted to thank Australian people who do not feel indifferent towards my situation and the situation of all of people. And some people donated money for me to cover the airfare, and I feel really thankful for them.
On ABC Radio Brisbane, if you've just joined, you're hearing from Jenny, who was in the middle of her studies in Ukraine, in her home country, until the invasion. War broke out. And thanks to a scholarship, she is now continuing her studies here in Brisbane in Queensland. Just tell me, Jenny, how did you come to find yourself in this position with this scholarship from Sun Pacific College?
I was searching for some opportunities to continue my studying because I understood that my studies is my priority and I am to finish it. And I was searching for some maybe posts or something like that, and I encountered the post on Facebook, which was issued by Sun Pacific College, where it was said that they offer 10 scholarships for Ukrainians who are eager to continue their studies, and I immediately sent them an email and immediately got the response where they said that they are really happy to help me, and that it is.
It must have been quite extraordinary to receive the email back saying that you had been accepted.
Yes, I was so happy. My parents were so happy. We were stunned because I have never had an idea even that I can study in Australia. It was like a dream, and now it came true.
So proactive, despite everything that was happening, you were so determined to continue your studies that against the backdrop of war, you were researching opportunities, you found one, you applied, and here you are in Queensland, in Brisbane, as a result of that. How long do you hope to stay in Queensland?
Nowadays, I have the visa for 6 months, and I hope that I will have an opportunity to continue my studies here.
And what will you be studying?
I will do the general course training in Sun Pacific College in Cairns to fill my gaps in my knowledge, to improve myself, to improve my skills in English, to improve my skills and to be more smart,
Okay.
to be smarter.
Well, I think you're working from a very good, very strong foundation there, Jenny. And do you hope to take the skills that you learn here back with you to Ukraine?
Yes, of course. I think that there will be a huge reconstruction in Ukraine because the whole world is eager to rebuild our country, and I think that it will be the mission for people who can offer something to our native country. I want to work for Ukrainian government to provide some help, maybe in social relations, in foreign languages relations. When I come back to Ukraine, to reconstruct all the buildings and all the infrastructure which had been damaged, because before the war there was a huge reconstruction in Ukraine, in Kharkiv in particular, and a lot of buildings were constructed, a lot of companies were opened, and a lot of projects were launched, but nowadays it has been stopped.
Are you able to keep in touch with people that remain in Ukraine? Are you still in communication with friends and family?
Yes, of course, I communicate with them because I think that they need my support. Even texted messages helps a lot because I experienced it too. When I was there, I really appreciated my friends who were worrying about me, and it really helped when I had an opportunity to tell them what's going on and to feel relief. And of course, I keep in touch with them every day.
Can you bring yourself to look at the news reports?
Sometimes, but after looking through, I feel very disappointed, and I feel very unsatisfied with all of that, and I prefer not watching it now.
So, what's your focus at the moment?
My focus is studying in Sun Pacific College, to attend the lessons, to soak up the knowledge and the information, because it's my chance to improve my skills and to have a chance for better life.
Well, I wish you all the best.
Oh, thank you so much.
With your studies and with your experience, but of course, with everything else that you and your family are living through at the moment.
Thank you so much for your words.
Thank you for sharing your story and your time with us this afternoon.
Thank you.
On ABC Radio Brisbane. Jenny, and her story of continuing her studies despite war. Quite remarkable. It is almost time for the latest news at 5 o'clock.
Kat Feeney on ABC.